Hey everyone, it's Bug-Eye Manny back at you again with a brand new video, and I'm finally reviewing The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 8, the mid-season final. Is it a hit or is it a flop? Is it disappointing or does it deliver on all the right notes? Today, ladies and gentlemen, you will find out, and sorry, I apologize, I am still sick. Earlier I made a burnt out video. I'm posting it on all of my videos. Just warning people that I probably sometimes will go days without uploading. So I don't want you guys to worry about me. I just want you guys to know that I might go days without uploading after I reviewed these three next movies, Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3. I will start taking kind of a break. So let's get into this episode. Alright, it's been hyped up as an emotional mid-season finale. Big deaths, big explosions, boom, boom, boom. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be the best thing you've ever seen. And it's okay. This episode was disappointing for me. It truly was. Because it doesn't have a solid premise. I personally really wanted to see Rick, Negan, and Carl in this episode, along with the Alexandria people. You could fit in Maggie somewhere around there. Maybe near the end of the episode you could have Maggie. I don't know. I don't really know if she would fit. But every other little storyline could have been completely just destroyed in this episode. You did not need Aaron and Enid go to the Oceanside because not a lot of people even know who the Oceanside is. I don't even know their names. And that woman, the grandmother, just dies. Probably they killed her off because they could not afford the actress to come back. So that was a cheap move. It just felt extremely rushed and cheap. You did not need that. You did not need Eugene drinking alcohol for like 2 minutes. Just moving along the time so they don't have to do anything big in the episode. That's why the screenwriters, that's why Scott and Gimple put that in there. So, oh look, 2 minutes are going by. Screw you guys. Woo, flicking off. You're flicking you off. Sorry about that middle finger, ladies and gentlemen. I usually don't do that, but I'm kind of mad. And Eugene talking to Gabriel in this episode was extremely laughable because of the horrible dialogue and just the nonsense. I had no clue what was going on. And then all these other things going on, like at the hilltop, Maggie has run into Gregory because Gregory now wants Maggie to work for them. Then at the kingdom, the guys are at the kingdom, which could have been cut in this episode. It should have not been in this episode. It could have been in the second half. I honestly don't know why they put it in this episode because it doesn't really go anywhere. The people run and Ezekiel gets captured. They could have had that in episode 9. They really could have had most of this in episode 9, near the end of that episode, or episode 10. I don't know, but for a mid-season finale, it's disappointing because it just doesn't fit. I expected Negan to attack Alexandria at night. I was really excited for this scene. Near the beginning of the episode, it was truly terrifying when it gets dark and Carl says we need to survive the night. I was like, okay, what are they going to do? Are they going to be tortured or something? What is happening here? And as the episode goes along, it really lets off steam. It just goes down. It dies down. It starts off as this intense episode, and then it dies down because of all the other convoluted plot points going on that really have nothing else to do with the actual storyline. They kind of do, but in a way they don't. The Oceanside could be cut completely from the show. We don't need them. I don't care about the Oceanside. They're boring. The Junkyard Group as well, disappearing in the beginning of the episode. Gimple, what are you thinking? What are you... They just come off as annoying. Sorry, oh my gosh. I don't care about the Junkyard Group. They keep disappearing. They keep coming back. They keep vanishing. Oh my gosh. Gimple, cut them out too. They don't need to be in this show. They don't do really anything. Excuse me. Oh, God. Oh. So, yeah. I wanted Rick to find his way back. We should have seen Rick go through woods in the dark, kill walkers, stumble back. You should see the scary look on his face. I apologize. That is the phone. Sorry. You should see the scary look on his face. Let's wait. You should see the scary look on Rick's face when he's going through the woods. You should see the pain in his eyes. that he needs to get back to Judith and Carl and Michonne. You should see him have to survive in the woods. Meanwhile, Carl should be at Alexandria fighting with Negan's forces. He should be the hero. Instead of disappearing halfway through the episode, Carl should be the main hero, the main focus of this episode. He is near the beginning, and I hear people saying, oh, Carl's the hero. He's the big focus of this episode. Not really. He's only in like 10 minutes of the episode, and then he appears near the end, which is very, very stupid, and I don't enjoy why. I don't enjoy what they did with his character. It's like they just want Chandler Riggs off the show because he can't act, which is very unfortunate. I don't really like Carl as a character, but I started to like him in this episode. He started becoming a leader. And then, like, pushing him to the side again to focus on Eugene and Aaron and Enid and the kingdom and the hilltop. It just didn't feel right. And plus, Carl got, spoiler alert, Carl got bit in episode 6, and it's revealed at the end that he is, in fact, infected. Infected. This is the poorest writing I have seen on the show in a very long time. Carl, a season 1 character, one of the biggest characters ever in the series, has been bitten. This is season 8, right? This is lame. Carl was obviously bitten by one of the walkers from episode 6 when he was helping that guy that he met. One of the worst ever storylines I have ever heard in my entire life. Helping him because he's a traveler and that guy likes his mom just like Carl likes his mom, so he helps him. What if that guy was a savior? Horrible, atrocious writing, ladies and gentlemen. Also, the explosions. Oh, it's a mid-season final. Oh, we've got a house is on fire. The church is on fire. You don't feel really impacted. It's intense because there's explosions in you. You go, whoa, these are big explosions. But it doesn't impact you because you know they're going to build Alexandria right back up. And it just doesn't impact you at all. It feels like this is deja vu. This feels like season 7 when the group... It feels like season 6 when Negan takes over the group after they kill all of Negan's forces. Negan gets mad and takes over the group. It's the same thing. It feels like deja vu. It doesn't feel like the story is progressing at all. And Carl getting bit like this was the biggest load of crap I have ever heard. Carl lost his mom in season 3. He's Rick's compass. And for him to get bit like this and basically he's going to get killed off in the second half feels like lazy writing. Why can't Carl fight Negan's forces? And this is how I think Carl should have died. I think Carl should be killing Negan's forces in one scene. There's explosions going off everywhere. And the explosion, all of a sudden, hits Carl. Carl goes flying in the air. And we don't see him until the end of the episode, where it's revealed that Carl lost all of his body parts. His arms, his legs, and half of his guts are missing. He is dead, and Rick breaks down. That would give the explosions more of an impact. That would make us actually feel like we're in the action, because the explosions would give the scenes more of an impact. That is why the explosions should have been in the scene. Not because it's a mid-season final and we need explosions. It should have really killed off Carl. And they're not doing this because, oh, we're gonna chain up Negan. They want Negan. They want us to feel sorry for Negan later on in the show, so we can't have Negan kill Carl off. It's just so stupid. Skimple, really, what, really? After all Negan's done, why would you just put him in a prison? It is completely retarded and stupid. Maybe it would work on the comic book, like it did in the comic book. It worked, I guess. But in the TV show, after all he's done, after all we've seen him go through, putting him in a prison is retarded. It's like putting the governor in a prison. It just doesn't work. It's retarded. So let's talk about some things I did like. I liked Andrew Lincoln's performance. I thought he did a fantastic job with whatever he did in the episode. He was in the beginning and then near the end. I thought the explosions looked really cool. I thought the action scene with Rick versus Negan was actually very cool. A lot of people on YouTube are complaining that this scene sucked. In a way, it was completely pointless, but I really wanted a fist fight with Negan and Rick finally, and we did get that finally, which is awesome. I am very, very happy that we got this action scene, Negan versus Rick. We really needed that, and I enjoyed it. For what it was. I thought it was really, really cool. But like I said, too many storylines that could really be cut. I think you could keep the Maggie storyline if you really want to, but I think the Kingdom storyline could be saved for the second half. It felt extremely rushed. I think it should have showed Ezekiel try to save his friends in the second half instead of him blowing up explosions in the mid-season final. I mean, I guess you could do it, but the really big stuff that could have been cut out, in my opinion, I really think the Kingdom could have been cut out. Eugene and Gabriel could have been cut out and pushed to the second half. And Enid and Aaron could have been completely cut out altogether. We don't need the Oceanside. I don't care about Aaron and Enid's story. I'm not invested in their story, so they could have cut it out completely. This episode should have shown the horrors of the Saviors and what they can truly do when they're let off the leash. What intense things they can do. They did blow up some stuff, but it really did not do anything. They knock on the sanctuary. They knock on Alexandria, and that's all they do. Then they bugger off. They could have killed a lot of people. They could have had people, lined up and shoot them all. Women, children. It could have made them intense. It could have made the battle intense. But we did not get that. We did get a few explosions. We did get Negan being kind of scary near the beginning, but it does get boggled down with all the other storylines, and it just comes off as annoying near the end. And it's not scary near the end like it was in the beginning. It was actually kind of scary in the dark. You could have had some really cool things going on. I think it should have been about Carl and Alexandria, and then Rick. Also, was Rick and Carol in the car with Jerry? Didn't the car with Jerry explode and then Jerry got captured? Then how did Carol and Rick get out of there? I don't understand. I have to see it again. Did that really happen? I can't remember. But it should have been about Rick after the Junkyard Group leaving him. He should run. He should find his way back to Alexandria. He should find some vehicles. What if the vehicle breaks down? Then he would have to go through the woods, fight zombies, survive the night, and get to Carl. That would be very emotional. And you would see his breakdown. Maybe you would see flashbacks of Carl, maybe from season 3 and stuff. That would make it very emotional. And Rick would, cry and crawl his way to the Alexandria instead of Carol just coming out of nowhere and picking him up. Carl would have to... I think Carl should have been the hero. He was a hero, but he really should have tried to disarm some explosives and stuff and push a character away. Maybe he pushes Michonne out of the way and instead the explosion hits him and that's how he dies. That would have been a emotional mid-season final that they promised. Instead, it's a very confusing mid-season final. A lot of people don't even know where Carl got bit. He got bit in episode 6, ladies and gentlemen. That's where he got bit, if you don't know. But, my God. It was emotional near the end where we see Carl got bit. I nearly teared up. But, looking back, they really could have had Carl explode or something and have him dead in the sewer like that. That would have been much more emotional having him dead. But, I'm not the writer. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll give this episode a B-. It was a solid episode. It was okay. I could have changed a lot of stuff. A lot of people are saying, oh, this is the best episode ever. It's the best episode. Oh, mid-season final. Carl got bit. Oh, my gosh. Negan. Oh, my God. Oh, look, we got explosions everywhere. Oh, we got people dying. We got Rick. Oh, my God. It's not the best episode. It could have been easily fixed with a lot of tweaks. The stuff I talked about in this review could have been put in that episode, and it could have made it an emotional, intense mid-season final. In reality, it's only emotional at the end, and the rest of the episode, I just don't feel invested. I don't feel very impacted by what's going on. Sure, there's explosions, but it's not very emotional. B- for me. What do you guys think of the mid-season final? Comment down below. It was decent. It could have a lot of tweaks and stuff. It was alright. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bug Eye Manny signing off. Bye, everyone.